Welcome everyone at Bison Visits Sculpt by Clay. I want to show you today what is it like to attend Sculpt by Clay in case you couldn't attend or in case you came, but maybe you couldn't meet everyone here. So we want to hear their ideas. We want to hear what they're cooking. So stay tuned and let's go. All right, so I'm here today with
Kareem, Eric Nowoslawski,
Brandon Charleson,
Kellen, Casebeer,
Matt Lucero.
Kareem. What do you do at Clay?
I'm the CEO of Clay.
Beautiful. Kareem, what can people expect from today's conference that you think can change their lives?
Okay, so if you missed the earlier talk, what we're going to do is tell you the 3 laws of go-to-market. Number 1, you have to be unique. Number 2, you have to, once you scale something, it'll stop working. And number 3, you have to change what you're doing all the time. And you're going to learn the tactics that other people are doing to follow these 3 laws. And then you're going to learn about the features that we're doing that will help you push out more campaigns faster using these 3 laws.
Beautiful. So what is it that you feel proud of when you're at Thanksgiving or when you with your parents, that you feel like you tell them about your job and then you're changing people's lives? What is it that you feel like you can happily tell people that kind of helps the world in a way?
I was just talking to someone who said that they were able to work remotely and be able to get their job done because of Clay. So I think it's people who are actually using the product and it's saving them time and allowing them to make money. That makes me happy. And the second thing is the amount of detail that the team put into this conference. It feels really beautiful.
Yeah, I know a couple of people like Nowoslawski, great guys and friends of mine who they have paid their houses thanks to you. How do you feel about all of that?
Grateful.
Casey, what do you do?
I'm the founder of Listman. We're an email verifier.
What are some of the craziest results of people migrating from another email verifiers to Listman?
The craziest results, I would say, would probably come from data companies themselves that want to verify emails internally before they sell to their users. So we've been able to increase, the amount of valid leads that they can sell to their users by like 30 to 40%.
Kata, what do you do?
I have an agency helping, a go-to-market agency, mostly now helping EU companies expanding into the US.
Nice.
B2B.
So what are you expecting to build on 2026 with Clay or in the GTM space that is like different? Is there anything that you think that will change or you'll be able to build differently?
Pretty complicated things are becoming very easy and you can automate them and do it super quickly. But then you need to go back to like the human part and the messaging and finding the right people. So it's just like, doing the ground like a boring chore work, that's gone. And I'm very excited that like you need to figure out a technology, but then like you can really connect with people on like personal level finally.
I run a cold email agency where we send about 6 million cold emails a month.
6 million? So you are basically like top 3 sender probably like on Clay and like most of sequencers.
We're the largest user on Clay, yes.
The largest user on Clay. Yeah. Wow. The honor here is mine. So what is the secret of like behind scaling your agency to those numbers? Like for anyone who like is looking to scale, because a lot of people, they kind of get stuck at a certain bracket. So how do you achieve that?
I feel like there's technical issues that come up and then there's human issues that come up. And so on the technical side, it's really educating yourself on a lot about how the sausage is made on the data. And then you can kind of go to the data direct in a lot of ways. And that's how we scale up a lot of just volume on getting that stuff. And then on the human side, it's really about like one thing I feel like I'm always learning is to just always keep job openings open.
Nice.
So just to see what's out there on the marketplace, because I even just opened up a job opening for a campaign operator, go-to-market engineer kind of person. And the talent of people and their Clay table building capabilities last year to this year blew my mind. And it just made me think we need to keep like a rolling open. And then we also use game theory in our hiring process,
nice.
Which I can talk about too.
Sure.
So quick, game theory is like a really large like economic principle, but a quick example of game theory is Eddie Van Halen at all of his concerts would put in the contract that on the food table, there needed to be brown M&Ms and no other color of M&Ms. And the reason they would do that is so that they could walk into the concert and know if the vendors read the entire contract by looking straight at the table. So we don't even ask people for their Clay table, like their coolest Clay table build anymore. We have an exercise that they go through that the only way you are able to finish that exercise is because you really know Clay deeply. And so that's like some of the tests that we'll bake in and all those things. But it's really like a human side and a technical side that you need to pass through.
What do you do?
I am the co-founder and CEO of 64AI, and we are basically an AI research platform automating workflow research, like any sort of like research task within a workflow system.
Rahman, where do you work at, Rahman?
San Francisco.
Oh, beautiful. What's your company?
64AI. We're making a deep research agent that finds anything about anyone. So you'll come to us with a very specific ask of you want us to find. And I think our parents will be very proud to know that we'll find anything for our customers as long as they care about it.
Brandon, what do you do for a living?
I play with AI stuff.
What would you recommend for anyone scaling their business in the outbound space in general? Like if you had like a 30-second recommendation on how to be better at building an agency or a product, what will be your take on that?
I would say, the biggest thing is value, and not to be cliche, but value is really just the giving and the serving of your customer. It's actually showing that you want to help, because the sale comes natural. It's a transfer of emotion. So the more emotion as humans you can pass along that, it's going to be natural and feel like you're not being pushy. So I would just say try to be a human and lead with helping.
Yeah. And right now with the whole trend of like AI and all the tools and all of that, what would be the best way for someone to build automations, to have better systems? Like when you have a new client and they tell you, I need to automate my systems, what are some of the first things you look after, or like that you think that you need to like revise in order to improve their processes?
So I think about the big idea. They always have something that they want to do or an objective. So I usually like to take the A approach and the Z approach, and then the B through the Y. You figure out with the data and the context of how you apply that. And then I would say start light, start simple. I see all the time people overcomplicate something about this crazy idea. Well, start with chunks, put human in the loop steps in order to verify, because AI will send something that embarrasses you for sure. And then just start incrementing versions and think a little more like a developer where you're building on different steps from there. So I would say start simple, start with the big idea, go to the objective, and then meet in the middle of what steps to take that.
Love it. I think you just delivered like a $300 consulting in just 2 minutes. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Justin, what do you do for a living?
I'm a fractional VP of marketing. So I go into early stage companies, usually before their Series A, install their tech stack, build out a go-to-market engine, and things have been going pretty well.
Beautiful. So what's something impactful that makes you proud that you have done this year or recently regarding GTM?
I think a lot of it comes down to just how much people cost. And not that I don't want to install great people at businesses, but the reality is you can build a pretty incredible tech stack with amazing software that does a lot of what people were spending 100% of their time doing only just a few years ago. So now the actual people at the company can be a lot more strategic, can bring in new ideas, and we just build tech stacks to make sure that you capture everyone that's coming to your website, everyone that you want to engage with, list building. It goes on, but for a couple grand, you can build that in and have that already there, ready to go.
Michael, what do you do for a living?
I run a go-to-market advisory business.
What's your 10-second advice to anyone out there that you feel like they should be aware of, or you feel like more people should know about, that you think can radically change their business?
I'd just say if you're not spending LLMs, some tokens to figure out your prospect list, I think you should be.
Adam, where do you work at?
I'm at RevGrowth.
Beautiful. So what are you doing today that makes you guys feel very proud? Some results that, some more people should know about, so they end up working with you?
So we're using Email Bison.
Appreciate it.
And we really are doing our best to give them the best experience possible. And Email Bison is a big component to that. Just really honing in on deliverability, making sure that the messages that we craft for them, the campaigns that we create, are actually landing in their inbox. Email Bison is a huge proponent to that. So
what is part of your secret sauce, if you can share a little bit there?
That I can share? Our team. A lot of go-to-market agencies, for the most part, are very similar. But what differentiates the best is obviously talent. And I feel like our team is phenomenal. We have people that are growth hackers. They experiment. They're always trying new things. And also they follow a proven process. So having a great team is really the differentiator, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much and keep crushing it. Krishna, what do you do for a living?
I run a cold email agency called as Mail Your Prospect.
I know you're awesome at cold emailing. So what is your strategy, or what is it that you feel is different?
We just make sure that the emails land to the primary inbox. That's the whole goal that we have in our company. I understand key email copies and everything works. That's all secondary. If your emails are not landing to the primary inbox, you will not get responses. So our only goal is to make sure that our emails are delivered to the primary inbox.
Manav, what do you do for a living?
I am the founder and CEO of a Clagency. We call ourselves Rendition.
What do you do differently? Why do you think people should be working with you?
Well, the biggest thing that we do is we combine an approach where we figure out everything we can possibly say to a market and then find public data pipelines to figure out how possible it is to say things to that market. Meaning we'll find information about, like, say it's like a consulting firm. We'll figure out what the global tariffs are affecting different prospects. And based on what we find about that, we can personalize a message saying, hey, you have prospects with tariffs in XYZ countries. You're losing $40 million in the next 2 weeks. Do you want to chat about actually fixing that sort of thing? And so it's a matter of finding the hardest data points publicly available on the internet or creating our own data points. So what sets us apart is we build those pipelines to make sure that you find out the answers to all the questions you want to know.
Kellen, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, I run the Deal Lab.
Oh, beautiful. I also know that you run one of the hottest communities right now for Clay users.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably true.
Beautiful. So what makes you guys different?
Yeah, so we made a space, like so I run the agency, right? And I wanted a space where I could basically work with other people solving stuff with Clay with no commercialization, right? So no membership fees, we don't charge anyone, it's just free, come and you basically get out what you put in. And I think that makes it special because it's sort of like everyone's investing into it.
Anyone, I think, listening to this, they need to join your community. So where can they join that community?
Yeah, gtmcafe.com. Please come join, come say hi. We would love to see them.
When it comes to GTM, what do you think will be different this year or next year? What are some of the changes you're seeing? Because we saw Clay announcing some really interesting features. They're changing the space, making it accessible for more people. So what do you think will be like some of those changes that people should be kind of like studying right now, maybe like preparing themselves for?
Yeah, so I think to me the big thing is like removing like the technical burden to get stuff done. So I think like myself, I come from sales development background, like I was a messaging and positioning guy before Clay. So when Clay came out, it meant I could sort of like program in my thinking through these tables and multiply that across, tables and clients. And from what I'm seeing, they're just continuing to really lower that bar. And so I think more and more like technical ability isn't going to be alpha. I don't think that's going to be an advantage. And I think like perspective and thinking and our lens on the market and how we speak to people is. And I think Clay just is lowering that bar so that these creative types and these creators are able to do things that used to be sort of like relegated only to technical types.
Alex, so what are you guys doing?
LinkedIn outreach automation.
How are you guys so good at automating everything social media, getting people results, and also making sure that accounts are safe and they never get blocked?
I think it just comes down to our domain expertise. So we've been in, as you said, like in social media automation, other than LinkedIn, for 9 years now. So I think like our team is really built around automating social media, and LinkedIn for us is like Aimfox is a new product that we launched at the end of 2024. And yeah, and now it's just scaling and yeah.
So here we're today with
Conrad Niedzielski.
What do you do for a living?
We run Peaker AI.
I want to know your secret sauce.
Sure. Well, we provide high quality inboxes, deliverability tracking, and when something does land in spam, we automatically replace the infrastructure for you.
Like, what is some of the stuff that you're doing that nobody else is doing? I want more people to like get better at this stuff, but I feel like sometimes people take shortcuts. But so how do you guys like manage all of that?
Yeah, so we track your reply rates, your own historical data, which is the #1 leading factor. We also have an inbox placement test, actually provided by Email Guard in some capacity. We also track your warm-up scores, as well as compare your data to a lot of other agencies to make sure that your data is like in compliance, right, with what you're actually wanting to get. So if anything does underperform, we identify it, investigate it for your behalf, and replace it.
What's the name of your agency?
Anevo Marketing.
Beautiful. I've seen you around. You make some great content, by the way. Amazing around like all sequencers, different tools and everything. So what's your secret sauce? Like what keeps you so curious, always trying different things? You're always ahead of the curve. So what's your secret there?
Really nothing. I'm just dumb and I'm trying everything like everyone else. We show up every day, we try hard, we test new things and we see what works. So yeah.
Beautiful. So what do you see that will change this year? Like, do you see anything like different that people should be preparing for? Because the space changes year by year, and yeah. So what do you think like people should be preparing for?
Yeah, on the cold email side, I think big things. It's just the playbook is changing. You can't copy and paste the same scripts that worked a long time ago. I don't know if I have a general prediction for like where things are exactly going to go. I think a lot of people think that too many things are going to change. I'd honestly go the other way, that like same things work that have worked in the last 6 months, 3 months. I don't think it's going to change that quick. Super high level, that means segment well, have a good product, sell something that people want to buy. If That's probably the biggest thing. If you have a great product, it'll sell itself. And then from the outbound, like the specific technical stuff, Clay, I mean, we're here at the Clay event. There's a lot of great tools that let you kind of personalize things at scale, and just continue to monitor and do a good job. I would say there's not like a secret tactic. It's just kind of brute force of just trying so many different things, using the latest tools, and the tactics will change and kind of sort themselves out if you just keep waking up every day and trying new things.
So how do you guys see like the space changing and your products changing the space as well?
Well, I think that this movement is going up market. I think this was like the stuff of growth hackers a few years ago and WhatsApp chats. And I think now what we've seen over the last few years is that bigger and bigger teams are realizing the power of this. And so I think our job is to help more and more companies get results, because people want results. And the reality is that's where you find it, by doing different things. So that's where I think it's going.
Yeah, well, with me, I would say that like LinkedIn Outreach is the way to go when it comes to personalization. But let's see how that will move on in the future. Now with the GTMs, and like you don't have to have like a real tech experience to do this. So that's why I really like the stuff like with the API and the MCP that really will enable you to run technical stuff without technical background.
Curtis Schreiber, founder, CEO of Superset.
What kind of results are you achieving, and kind of like to motivate people like not to give up on it?
I think that people get unmotivated in the minutia of like getting to results. There's a lot of like work to be done to even send a first cold email. And so I think the success that we see is like, first of all, we help our customers with the first aha moment of like, hey man, we're gonna set everything up perfectly for you so that when you go to send, now we're talking about getting replies and things like that. We're not talking about did we inbox and are things set up correctly. So that's like the first like point of success, I think, is like getting people like happy for the fact that somebody's got this set up correctly for them. And then the second thing is, I mean, every customer is different, but I mean, there's tons of positive replies. I'll give you like a really good example. We have an investment bank M&A customer, and they reach out to, service businesses all across the US. Their value prop's pretty awesome. Hey, like we're in market to buy businesses like yours. We've got private equity groups that are looking to purchase, and there's tons of positive replies in that space, because these are, people that are retiring, 55, 60 years old, like their success is awesome with the platform, right? Which is cold email in general, right? So I think like, as long as people like think about exactly what they're trying to say and saying it to the right person, 100% works every single time.
Alex, what do you do?
Co-founder of Understory. We are an all-bound agency. We do performance marketing, cold email, cold LinkedIn, you name it, we do it.
What are some of the big wins that you have done? I mean, I see you guys on LinkedIn. You're amazing at content, but what is it that people don't know that you guys are really, really good at?
We bridge the gap between outbound and paid media to give you a holistic, all-bound approach and create a cohesive strategy for your business. That's what we do.
Beautiful.
No one else is doing that, by the way.
You guys are growing like crazy. So what's your secret when you start hiring people and finding the best talent possible? That's probably a problem that I've seen a lot, like where some agencies, they have issues delegating and hiring top talent. So how are you solving that right now?
WhatsApp groups.
Interesting.
You find the best people in WhatsApp groups. The people are posting stuff and that thing nobody's looking or nobody's listening and they're just asking for advice. We're scouting them and then we're going to hire them afterwards.
So for anyone watching this and needs to work with a top agency, where can they find you?
Where can they find us? On LinkedIn. Definitely LinkedIn. We have a podcast called Understory Unfiltered on YouTube and on Spotify. Follow Ali.
Follow me on LinkedIn. Great, guys. Thank you so much. Dean, what do you do for a living?
I send a lot of emails.
A lot of emails. And do you land in the inbox?
We do.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Like, I know you have a ton of happy customers. So who is the ideal customer for you right now?
Anybody that wants to send a high volume outbound and they do not want to deal with the config, support, the setup, and the inevitable when things do go wrong, they don't want it to be on them.
So you guys make it easier for people to set up hundreds of mailboxes?
You got it.
Love it. So how do you start with that idea and the whole process?
Well, I still run an agency called Beanstalk Consulting. So we've run into these same issues ourselves. You want to set up 30 mailboxes. Maybe that's something you can do on your own. As you start to get into hundreds or thousands, it just becomes a massive nightmare admin-wise. So we set up ScaledMail initially for ourselves and then started selling it to our friends, and here we are.
What do you do for a living, Larry?
I work at Clay.
You work at Clay, wow. So that you're probably like one of the most important person here right now. I know you for a while. I know that you came from Google to Clay, so let's begin with that. So how was that for you? Like, what inspired you to come to Clay from Google?
I think Google is great at doing big things over a long period of time, but I wanted to see the results of my work faster. And Clay, I think, balances the distribution of a almost seemingly large company with the nimbleness of a small one. And I feel like that was a great fit for what I was looking to do.
Love it. That's amazing. So right now you're working on the sequencing part of Clay. So how do you feel about all of that? And what recommendations will you have for people using the sequencer right now in Clay and all of the new features?
Well, I recommend everybody give it a try. I think we've spent a lot of time thinking about how we shape the products to solve the core problem, which is tool fragmentation. Like you are just stuck thinking about different workflows, all scattered across different places. And Clay, being the orchestration layer, lets you consolidate all of it into one place. And Email Bison, like by working with very technical, very like in the weeds operators, you can sidestep a bit because that's their full-time job. But a lot of people, their job is to deliver pipeline. Like they're not there to think about the ins and outs of where's my data over there? Oh, it needs to go over here. And I think we can help push it all into a single place so that when you set up automation, you can rely on it and it's ready to go.
Ben, what do you do for a living?
I make data sexy again. So essentially, we're a central database. We put all your data in one place, isolate it by client. So we work with mostly agencies. And then you get a master roll-up database across all of the clients in one place. So you have a central record, kind of like Apollo, but you own it. So now imagine you're doing this for years, and you scraped and scraped and enriched, and now you have the best living database on planet Earth for your agency. And so now you don't have to rescrape and repull and go do the whole Clay thing over and again. But if you want to use Clay, we still tie into Clay and HubSpot and all the other tools.
All right, so here I'm today with
Jacob Tuwiner, founder of Sculpted.
Love it. So what are you building today that people should know about?
I help SaaS companies clean their broken CRM data with Clay. And I've yet to meet somebody who has good CRM data. So we use Clay to clean up the messy database, service the best accounts and contacts to go after, and keep it clean with ongoing enrichment and signal monitoring so it doesn't go stale after 6 months.
Abdul, what do you do for a living?
Hey man, I run MasterInbox. We combine email and LinkedIn into one inbox.
So how do you come up with this idea?
Man, I used to run a sequencer before, sold it, and then always knew that there was a missing reply problem. Agencies have clients on different sequencers. They wanted one centralized place. So yeah, it's always been a problem. So we wanted to solve it. And yeah, here we are doing it.
What are some of those case studies?
Yeah, I'll look at one we onboarded a client, 1 hour in, they found 21 people that they should have replied back to and they didn't.
Oh, wow.
And they're already using, I'm not saying, they were already using the big guys across email and LinkedIn. In one place, 21 people in an hour they found on onboarding, which is insane.
Tyler, what do you do for a living?
I've got an agency called Ampless.
Love it. So what makes you stand out from other agencies? What do you think is different?
So we work with a lot of small to mid-sized professional service firms. So think IT MSPs, fractional consultants, outsourced HR firms, not a lot of funded SaaS startups and things like that. So
what's your biggest flex when you think of a case study where a client felt like, I need to pay you more money because I'm not paying you enough? What are some of the craziest results you have achieved?
So I think on the paid ad side, we've got some pretty crazy campaigns we run with stupid low CPMs and CPLs and stuff like that.
Oh, you also do paid ads?
We do paid ads.
Awesome. Yeah, I heard that combining paid ads with the Coldoutbound is top notch.
Yeah, so I guess secret sauce would be I think if you combine paid with programmatic outreach, because you can lead with either and retarget with both. So I like that play a lot. Another secret sauce is I like meta ads for B2B.
Iggy, where do you work at?
I am the co-founder of Look GTM.
Look GTM, right there.
We are building GTM motions with founders that understand that GTM should be owned and not rented.
So what makes you stand out from any other agency out there? What are you guys doing different? What's your secret sauce?
I think we're at a point that we're not agnostic. We really are experts in our niche. So if you tell me how would I scale a medical company, I don't have nothing to do with a medical company in my background as a founder. So I'm just saying no to those ICPs and I'm saying yes to the real guys that I have that I feel like I'd actually really help them. So I'm saying a lot of times no because the right leads that I have, the right companies that I got are here for the long run, are here to be coached internally for the long run, and that they understand that GTM is not just a sprint, 100-meter sprint, but actually a marathon. And every single loop we'll take you to the next loop and so ever.
Stepan, how do you start at Clay?
Joined originally as a GTM engineer. I was the third ever GTM engineer, I think, and then transitioned into this role in data partnerships.
So for someone to be part of the Clay ecosystem and be successful with it, what are your recommendations?
Yeah, so it depends very much on the type of data or the type of integration you have. Like we have different criteria, I guess, for different types of categories. But yeah, working on the partnership agreement, aligning on the commercial terms, making sure that it makes sense for all parties involved to grow together. Because at the end of the day, it makes sense when everyone makes more money and is growing together. And obviously there's the good fit of like the use case that contributes to everyone making more money throughout the partnership. So I think there's a lot of commercial focus to it. Also from a just capabilities perspective, like is your API good? Do you have good rate limits? Are you going to be able to handle the load? Like if we put you in a waterfall, like can you handle hundreds of thousands of requests coming through and not error?
Gianni, where do you work at?
I lead growth today.
How do you guys start and what can you share with people so when they start they have the right mindset?
We've been like doing outbound with my co-founder, but Clay just makes it much more effective, relevant, personalized. It just makes it much easier. A tip for people, just starting out, I don't really think there's like a secret recipe for the past. We've been around for less than 2 years. We are just working our asses off. That's the only secret sauce you need.
What do you guys do?
We work for Wizza. So Wizza is an email and phone provider. We do it really well, all in real time, verified data.
Let's say an agency or let's say a company that they have, they just need better data. So what would be the immediate recommendation you would give them, apart from working with Wizza, of course, but what would sole advice that you could give them?
Yeah, I'd say it really comes down to and the only way to judge if a provider is accurate is by actually testing out the data. So when you're evaluating vendors, make sure you actually send out emails, actually call those numbers to come to a good decision of whether a vendor can service your geography and persona really well. That's the best way to do it.
So where do you work at?
I work at Legion. I'm the co-owner. And what we do is basically a combination of RevOps and outbound. So basically, creating a lot of Clay tables for our partners.
What's the biggest recommendation you can give to people that are doing outbound, like your clients or anyone who is new to outbound?
Yeah, cut through the noise. I really try to cut through the noise. Copywriting is not the easiest part, but that's also what makes it fun. So really think about what does my client want to hear or my potential client wants to hear. Yeah, and create your copy around that. So be creative.
Josh, what do you do for a living?
I run a Clay agency.
Clay agency. How long have you been doing that?
For 3 years now.
3 years. Wow, that's a long time. You're probably one of the first ones.
I guess so. So we were a Legion agency. Let's say we are a Clay agency for the past 1.5 years.
So you guys are crushing it, I assume.
Yes, we are trying our best.
So what do you think is one of the secrets for your success?
I think we want our customers to win. That's what's top of our mind. We always want to do everything to make them win. That's what has brought us success. We do rapid experimentation is what I think is one of our differentiating factors. We don't stop at a couple of things that we try on. We try on multiple things. So I think that's a big win for us, that only when you try enough stuff, you'll be able to understand what is going to work. That's one of the differentiating factors for us.
Robert, what do you do for a living?
We're an outbound agency.
Outbound agency. What's the name of your agency?
It's called Rudiment.
How is that working for you?
Honestly, we go back to the basics. So it's if it's really data, deliverability, and messaging. If we can lean into those 3 things and be super simple, we can get results. And it does every single time. If our data is good, if our messaging is good, and our deliverability is good, we get results.
Yeah, what is it that you're very proud of in your agency? Are there any crazy results that make you feel like, oh, I'm just proud of that. I've done this for this person or this customer.
Yeah, so we have a client, they're called Confetti Recruiting. And so they help tech companies find salespeople. And so all we did is the founder was leading with a lot of content. And so what we did is we basically used tools like Trigify to track the engagement. We pushed it into Clay, we filtered it out, and then we pushed it into just a simple LinkedIn outbound motion, with the goal just to connect and just say hey, thanks so much for connecting with me or liking my comment or liking my content, commenting on it. I noticed X, you're a sales leader in this. I can help you with this. And it's closed over 100K for the client just with that motion.
Enzo, what do you do for a living?
I run C17 Lab.
Beautiful. I know you from the Hormozy interview, and you've come a long way. Now we're here in San Francisco. How has that been for you?
Good. Having another interview with him next month.
You're doing another interview with your Hormozy?
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
You send him 7,000 leads in 5 weeks, and he's gonna jump on a call with you.
That's amazing. How do you do that? What's your secret behind all of that?
3 million emails, 39,000 calls in 4 weeks, and you're gonna get a lot of results.
So basically, anyone who is not working out with you is missing out.
You didn't. I didn't say it. You said it.
So basically, anyone who is watching this is a GTM expert, and they want to earn a good salary and join a solid team. They should contact you.
Let's go.
Where should they contact you?
LinkedIn, Enzo Carasso. Yeah, send me a message.
C17 and what's
C17.ai. That's the website.
Well, guys, and we are now closing the event. So I want to give you a taste of what it feels like. The energy is great. People are amazing. You have people finally, celebrating together because we don't really have that many opportunities as GTM experts or outbound experts or agencies to celebrate together. So thank you so much for watching the video today. I think that you should come to the next one in case you didn't. And in case you came, I hope that this gave you great memories.